Join me today as we do Oosouji. Oosouji is the Japanese tradition of end-of-year cleaning, and I've decided to do a deep clean of my Japanese house because it's been just over a year since I bought this house and moved in. So if we rewind the clock, it was about July last year and it was my 50th birthday. Yay! I've been saving up for a long time to move to Japan and buy myself one of the Akiya or vacant properties that are all around Japan. The one I bought was this one. It was an old hairdressing salon. So first thing I needed to do was take the old wall down and put in a garage door. And I was going to scrub up the bathroom, but unfortunately all the pipes underneath had burst and we needed to dig them up. So the bathroom was gone and I ended up forking out for a new bathroom. The kitchen and the rest of the house was totally fine, except it was really, really dirty. So I did end up spending about 3 months on my days off coming around to the house and giving it a good old scrub. And it was actually quite filthy, but I got there in the end. Fast forward to today, and I have my parents here and my son here visiting, and we've just finished Christmas and today is Boxing Day, so I'm going to start my deep clean tomorrow. My parents are flying out in the evening and we are going to go today and do an Aussie Boxing Day barbecue on the beach. So I am making them my very special onigiri, and this onigiri is made with salty plums, the dried salty plums that you can buy. They're called umeboshi. It's a bit of an acquired taste. It's a little bit sour, but these ones were really delicious. I got them from the local farmers market and I need to use them up because these ones don't have any preservatives. They're just preserved with salt. So I cook up my rice with the special grains inside, and we're also going to do a beef barbecue on the side. I'm adding some black sesame seeds to this mix and my very favorite onigiri mix. This one is 6-color vegetable mix. So it's filled with things like dried spinach, a bit of seaweed, some carrot, and I think the purple one is purple satsumai, which is sweet potato. So all I do is mix all of this up. I wet my hands and put salt on my hands, and then I put enough rice in my hand for one onigiri ball, and then I put a little bit of the umeboshi in the middle and fold it up, and then I put it into the wrap and I try and make it into a bit of a triangle shape. And this is the traditional shape. You can also make them round, but I like to make them in a bit of a triangle and try to make sure that umeboshi is right in the center of the rice. So I've got our food all ready. We're also going to have a bit of steak and some sausages, and we're just going to load up my car. Now my little car is only half a car at the moment because I've got the back seats up, something I don't normally have. Today we're at Enjugahama. It's in Wakayama and it's on the Wakayama Coast Road. So we took the slow road, a very scenic road down to here, and we're going to set up a little fire. It was actually a beautiful sunny day here in Japan on Boxing Day. So we weren't that cold and there wasn't even a breath of wind, but we thought we'd do a fire just for the ambiance of our barbecue. So let's talk about Oosouji. This word in Japanese, it literally means big cleaning. O means big and souji is cleaning. And it's a bit of an end of year ritual. And I think the Japanese use it to symbolize purification and renewal, so starting the new year fresh. I think in Australia quite often we start our cleaning at the beginning of the year, but Japanese will do it before the new year begins, and it's a way to welcome the new year and drive away any evil spirits as such. The main reason I started thinking about doing Oosouji was every shop I went into recently has big signs and all the cleaning items out the front of the shop on display. So I sort of can't avoid the feeling that I should be cleaning my house. So that's exactly what we're going to do. Well, it's been a wonderful couple of days with Christmas and Boxing Day at the beach and spending time particularly with the people I love most, my son and my parents. But the time has come, my parents are flying out and I need to get the house ready for the new year, and I want to start it right, so let's get started on cleaning the house. So as soon as my parents packed up their bags, we stripped all the sheets and I got them on the line. That was the first thing. I didn't want to wait a single day, so I've done all of the washing. I had to do quite a few loads, but while the sun's out and I can dry them out on my balcony, I'm going to get as much done as possible. Because I am only one person, I have a very small washing machine, so 4.5 kilos. It does take a while to get everything done. After I've done all the loads of washing, I am going to do a washing machine cleaner. So next up, I was given so many mandarins by my lovely friends Noriko and Wayne. Shout out to them. Thank you so much for always keeping me in supply of fresh fruit and vegetables. And I really am at the end of the fruit, so they've been in a plastic bag which is sweating a bit, so I'm using the Japanese traditional method of making a little box out of newspaper, and it's just going to dry out the mikan so they don't get all soggy and moldy because they're right at the end of their life. And I might do this for some of the items I've got in my fridge because we have been eating out a little bit. So this is the current state of my fridge after Christmas. There are a lot of leftovers and I knew it would be like this, so I just ignored it for a little bit, but I can't ignore it anymore. And this is Oosouji, so I'm going to get in and give it a clean. Now, one of the tips I heard from someone is to get some really hot water onto some old rags and just put them on the shelves, and it will make the sticky stuff that's stuck on there just a bit softer and a lot easier to scrub. So I put it on each rack as I scrub the next rack, and then it's just a little bit easier to get the grime off. I did buy this fridge for about $50 Australian at the secondhand store, and it's actually been a little ripper. It's a Panasonic 2019 and there's nothing wrong with it, but what I particularly love about this fridge is it's got the freezer down the bottom, and so you're never bending over because all your fridge items are up the top. Now from Nitori I got these little sponges that have baking soda built into them, and they're perfect for giving the fridge a bit of a baking soda scrub. With Millie's help, of course. And because we're doing Oosouji, we're going to get right into the grooves of the seals. Really important to do this to keep your fridge working great. Now this is just some alcohol spray. I'm going to spray it into the fridge just to give it a bit of a deodorize and a detox. Now a couple of my veggies, they're getting a little bit past their use by date, so I'm putting them in the newspaper just to make sure they last just that little bit longer in the fridge. And while I was cleaning out the fridge, I got rid of any out of date or expired or soon to be expired items, which there weren't that many of. And a lot of the leftovers I was able to put into smaller containers and saved on a lot of space. But this is where we're at now. I think I've done pretty good, and finally the fridge can breathe again. And now on to tackling the bathroom. This bathroom is, as I said before, it's only just a year old now, so it hasn't gotten that dirty. It's something I clean regularly, and especially with all my visitors coming, the house was already pretty clean, but because we're doing Oosouji, we're going to give it a really, really deep clean and get into those spaces that probably are ignored. So right down into the drain, I need to give the mirror a clean, get down on my hands and knees and just find where all the grimy bits are. I'm going to throw away my scouring body cloth and replace that with a new one, out with the old, in with the new. I don't usually take these shelves off, but when I did, I could see they're also needing a bit of a clean underneath. So I'm trying not to use too many chemicals. I'm usually just happy with a bit of baking soda and vinegar, but for the built-in soap scum, I'm going to need a hard soap scum cleaner. So that just helps me get in and get the shelves a bit cleaner than what they are. So my bathroom has quite a high ceiling, so I'm going to use a flooring mop with the microfiber attachment and put just a little bit of the hard cleaner on here and get the soap residue that's in a little bit too high a place for me to reach. And I'm not forgetting about the ceiling as well, because this bathroom doesn't have a window, so there is an exhaust fan which takes all the moisture out of the room. But I think there would be a fair bit of moisture going up to the ceiling. Alright, yucky, I've saved the worst job to last. I've got to get into the drain, and this has got to be scrubbed right down inside it just to make sure that there are no smells. And this little brush I've got has been an excellent tool. Rubber bristles, and they go down right down into the drain, which is perfect. And there's the little hair catcher net which just pops in here, and I often give that a clean probably once a week, but I'm giving it a good scrub this time. So we've worked from the top all the way down to the floor, and this floor is actually pretty easy to keep clean. It's sort of a plasticky surface, and it didn't take much of a scrub, and it's up and shiny again. And then I give everything a bit of a wipe over, including the fiberglass door. I make sure to get all of the little skirting boards and areas and nooks and crannies, and then I can put my product back. So I got a new body scrubber at 3 coins, and I got these cute little labels. I had color coded the body wash, conditioner and shampoo, but I think these labels will be great when I have visitors and they can figure it out easy. So the last thing I'm going to do is bomb the bathroom, and I heard about this from a student at my school, and she said they're really good and you should probably do it once every couple of months. So you put it in water and it sets off a bit of a smoke bomb which gets into those crevices and places that you might not have got to. And this smoke bomb is left in the room for about 90 minutes, and you turn your fan off, and after 90 minutes you turn the fan back on and you should be good to go. So on to the next area. I'm collecting a little bit of green to put in my front entrance, and I really need to take down those Christmas decorations. I want to do it before the start of the new year, and Millie has been attacking this poor little owl every other day. I find it on the floor, so I'm going to put that away and she can have fun with that again next year. But it's time to take out the Christmas decos and bring in the Japanese New Year decorations. And I got these really cute decorations. This is a kokedama, and I got them from the 100 yen shop, Daiso I think I got them from. And so I'm going to decorate my front entrance to feel like it's New Year. And this year is the year of the snake. I haven't been able to find a cute snake that I like yet. Alright, so the front entrance is an area that I don't do very often. This is the genkan in Japanese, and the genkan does get a lot of traffic, so I really should be doing this a bit more often than what I do. So I'm going to give it a bit of a scrub. I always give it a vacuum, but very rarely do I come in here and scrub the tiles. So I've just got Japanese Jif, and I'm going to give it a good scrub with that same brush. This brush has been a wonder brush. It's really strong and it gets all the marks off the tiles with the bit of Jif. It's quite a good one. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't like cleaning at all. It's not something I look forward to or enjoy, but I do it simply out of necessity, and I always do feel better when I get the house clean, and having visitors is a great motivation for me to clean my house, so I must keep encouraging people to come and visit me. That way my house will always be clean. But I'm not going to be doing these sort of deep cleans every week. It's something I'll only be doing once in a while, and New Year's is a great excuse to get it done and start afresh for next year. I've got a lot of things planned for next year and a lot of things I want to do, and This is a good way to get motivated. What about you? Do you have any plans for 2025? If you're thinking about learning Japanese, I offer online Japanese courses, and you can find these courses at www.cheneyjapan.com. I'd love to have you on board if you're thinking about learning a language in the new year. One of the things I've got planned is adding to the courses available, and I'm going to add the next stage in the course for those who are working their way through. So from me and Millie, Happy New Year to you. I hope 2025 is a wonderful year. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you joined, liked, and subscribed and left me a comment. See you later. Bye.